3. All right, and we are live now. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to everyone. Thank you very much for taking the time to join us our webinar today, whereby it's about how is our KLSE stocks market doing. All right. Thanks again for very much for being part of today's occasions. First of all, I would like to do a sound check. So if the sound is clear, you guys can hear me clearly. So just let me know in the comment section below and say that it's all good. Or maybe say hi to Sifu Fred.
Hello.
All right. The webinar is actually live. So is there any comment? All right. I actually can see the comments starting to come in. From Grace. Hi Grace. Tan Chung Young. Hi. TG Neo is with us. Hi Sifu. Sifu say hi Sifu loud and clear. All right. So if you guys have any questions regarding anything in technical analysis, or would like to know how a specific counter doing, or even would like to ask any questions to Sifu Fred, you can just write down in the comment section below, and we'll actually answer it during our last sessions, which will be our Q&A sessions. All right. So do stick with us till the end.
Okay, so before we begin, I have to read this disclaimer out. Okay, so in this talk, it's for information and educational purposes only and should not be construed as a solicitation to buy or sell any of the stocks mentioned herein. The speakers or staff may have positions in some of these stocks. Now, without further ado, Brandon, shall we begin?
Yeah, I think it's been quite some time since we have a live together, right?
Yeah, but when we had it, it was all online.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, with me today, actually, it shows you. It's me, Brandon Loy. I'm one of the technical analysts, and also with Afnan, one of the technical analysts. So as you all know, we're actually a certified financial technical analyst, which is actually taught by Sifu Fred, and are currently working under him in F1 Academy of Technical Analysis. So, well, I can say today is actually a very special day because we are very honored to have the opportunity to invite Sifu Fred as the speaker to share his view regarding on how the KLSE stock market is actually doing. So it is actually with a very special excitement that I'm pleased to welcome Sifu Fred.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi.
Just a brief introduction on Sifu Fred. Sifu Fred is actually the founder of F1 Academy of Technical Analysis and also TAD System. So he was a former fund manager, an educator, researcher, and also an author. So speaking of author, Sifu Fred actually is an author of 8 best-selling books, and one of the books is actually chart pattern analysis, which is actually you can see here. This book is actually been the best seller and popular since 2015. And it was so popular whereby our neighboring country, Vietnam, actually requested Sifu Fred. Sifu Fred, can we market this book in Vietnam too? Can we ask your permissions to translate into a Vietnam language? And this is the book that they have come up with, and it's actually been selling like hotcakes last year. Last year is actually the first one. So I can say this is actually an essential book for beginner or an advanced trader to read with. In fact, this is actually the book whereby the first book that I bought, and that's how actually I get to know Sifu Fred. So welcome again, Sifu Fred.
Yes.
Back to our title today. Which area I think attended today would like to know how actually our KLSE stock market is actually doing. So without further ado, I think a lot of people is waiting for Sifu Fred, to have your view. May I ask Sifu? So what's your view regarding our KLSE stock market right now?
First of all, thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Afnan, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am indeed honored, and it is a pleasure for me to be given this opportunity to say something, to comment technically about our stock market. Right? I think we all here want to know whether our stock market is going to go up soon, or it is still sideways, or it is still in a waterfall kind of a situation. And so I'd like to comment a little bit about it briefly today in today's talk. But before we do that, and before I comment about the Malaysian stock market, I'd like to comment about the Dow. I want to have a look at the Dow to see how the Dow is doing. And the reason being because whatever happens in the Dow, it affects the world markets, is also going to affect our Malaysian stocks, right? So let's look at the Dow. Now, my prognosis And my general outlook for the Dow in the medium term, I start off with a medium, which is anything above 1 year to 5 years, it is still bullish. Honestly, despite what has been going on or that is still going on, okay, we view this as technician as a correction only. So the medium-term view of the Dow is mid-term bullish still. But for the short term, and I'm talking about ever since it hit about 36,900, right? It pulled back about this year. It is bearish. So short term, we are bearish about the Dow. This is the Dow, right? So why do we say that the Dow is bearish for the short term? There are 4 reasons why we say that technically. Number one is based on trend line, right? So based on trend lines, what we are seeing now is there is a downward sloping trend line. If you plot it, the H2 is lower than H1. So when you have a lower high, technically that is actually a downtrend, bearish. Now it also have a lower low. It recorded a lower low where L2 is lower than L1. So when you have got these 2 parallel lines sloping downwards, and it is bearish based on trend lines. Now the other technical technique that we use to determine downtrend is basically trends, basically chart patterns. So we have a wedge pattern now that's been developed and it has actually broken down. So when you have a wedge breakdown, that is another bearish indication, right? That the sellers are in control, right? The sellers are stronger than the buyer, hence they are able to dominate the market, and the sellers are greater than buyers, and therefore prices decline, and for whatever reasons. And we know the reasons why fundamentally is going down. Number one is the Russia-Ukraine war, and that is the one that precipitated actually the U-turn in the Dow. And then secondly, of course, the high inflation. Right? Inflation is like a 40-year high and something, and the Fed is still combating it with higher interest rates. Right? So I think these are the 2 major factors currently that is depressing the Dow. But is it that serious? So now I have got 2 more indicators I'm going to share with you all, and then after that I'll tell you where Dow is going to go. The third one is the moving average. Now, technicians like us, we like to use the 50 and the 200 day. Now, of course, those of you who are technicians will know that you can use 10, 20 days as well. But we use a midterm one, okay, and which is a 50, right? And not so much of a long term. But we have a mid and the long term. So the 50 and 20 are the most stronger and popular moving averages. And where is the index now? The Dow, as in relation to these 2 moving averages, it is down. That means prices. But is it that serious? And as well, so all these indications are telling us that the short term is down. However, right now, when it went to 31,000, we see that it hit basically a support and now bounce off it. So what we are seeing now is actually a technical rebound. So can you please show us a little bit, Adnan, about the resistance and support? This is an important area. And last week, it came down, tested it, and bounced off it. Now we're at what, 33,000 plus? And so we are now, although short term is down, but there is a technical rebound. So there is an indication, a possibility that it can still go up, provided that it must break the resistance of H1, H2. Until then, we are still in the short-term downtrend.
Well, right? I do hope, Sifu, whether it actually can still sustain above this support. Because technically, what Sifu have shared with us, there are actually a few reasons, breakdown of fan line, the chart pattern wedge is also breakdown, price is still below the 50 and the 200 MA. Even our TAD system is already bearish, is already been triggered. So, well, 38 Fibonacci support is actually one of the levels that we show in right now.
And the 38% Fibonacci support is still supporting the Dow. And hence, that's the reason why we say that in spite of all the bearishness and all that, okay, technically, it hasn't broke through the 38. So this 38 around percent, okay, support, which is around the 29,784 or about a 30,000 level is an important level to watch, because if it breaks down below that, look, it can slide much further down, and we could be in the beginning of a long bear market. So now, in other words, I mean, it can move both sides. And so as chartists, we are now monitoring the Dow. But now the next question is how the Dow is affecting a Malaysian market. Okay, is our Malaysian market also affected by the Dow? Okay, and is it also having its own direction, and which is oblivious of the Dow? So for that, we need to go and look at the KLCI, our chart. KLCI chart. So now here you're looking at the KLCI chart. We started off, if you remember, the pandemic. The pandemic happened around the March. That started in January 28 when we came back from the holidays, you know, and the Chinese New Year holidays, and suddenly people are talking about, oh, there is a virus going on, you know.
And no one actually expect it to be this serious, right?
And then there's a Sheraton move and all that, and then they have got a political tussle going on, and all that happened around January, February, and March. And our market dived. It dived from 1,600 points down to 1,200 points. My God. And so that was terrible. And just when we were at the worst point, okay, something happened. I mean, the Bank Negara raised the SRR by 0.5% and suddenly the market rebounded. And it formed a V pattern. And we spotted the V so good, so accurate, so sharp. And by March, April, we are already on the long side and going into the markets. And I think those of you who actually participated in this, what we call the 2020 run, actually made quite a bit of money.
I do, I know.
You did, yeah? And I'm sure. Yeah, and at the time the glove stocks were crazy, right? The gloves and what technology as well. These are the two sectors, and talking about sectors, that's what we're going to analyze later on. We believe in sector analysis. We believe that one must invest in the strongest sectors, and then after you have identified the strongest sectors, you must look at the strongest, must pick the strongest stock within the strongest sector. I mean, that was a secret. That is still a secret of success in trading our markets. So in 2020, honestly, the TAD system, the system which I think we are going to share with you after this, truly picked up the bottom of the market and make a U-turn. As you can see, the arrows as it goes up. You see the buy arrows here, and then the sell arrow there, and then the buy arrow here, and then the sell arrow there. So everywhere you see the green arrows, you are on the long side. You should be on the buyer side. Anywhere you see the red arrows, you sell. And you buy, you sell, and so on and so on. So we'll talk about that later. So now, that was until the end of 2020. And guess what? That's all the good story that, you know, and all the money that we made is until then. Because while 2021, those of you who play until today, which is 1 year, 7 months, the market actually is going nowhere. If you ask me, it's very frustrating to be trading in a market like this. Yeah, there is no wind behind you, you know. So if you are sailing and there's no wind, you just can't move forward. I don't know if do you feel it that way, guys? You know, the momentum is not there, isn't it? After you buy, you are the last buyer. There's no buyer after you to take over from you. You know, it's very different from 2020 during the glove time. It's very different during the technology time. Hey, now you go into gloves and technology, off on it. I mean, you're just jumping from the 20th floor, no? So right now it's really frustrating, right? So I think so.
Yeah, I do agree. KLCI has been, you know, the good one is since 2020, and when the 2020 year is end, all these while since from 2021 until mid of 2022 right now, it's been sideways.
So that's the bad news. It's a sideways. But the good news within the bad news is that not all the 30 stocks are down. Yeah. Now, for example, today Genting is up, you know, right? So it is and then TM is up, you know. TM.
Maybe later we can share them in what the stocks that we can have.
So what I'm trying to say is, you know, you don't look at the KLCI and it is down, then you give up, you know. There are certain stocks within the 30 stocks that are strong. But we feel that that is still too general. Just looking at the KLCI, I believe that you should look at the sectors wise, and because our market has more depth than 30. We have, and many of you are holding on to these lower liners, mid cap stocks and all that, which is not reflected in the KLCI. How are your stocks doing? Some stocks like TechCam, for example, I mean, TechCam is not in anywhere, right? So, but it's going up the roof, right? And this is what I mean. And I'm going to show you how we are going to be able to catch these winning stocks, even in a bear market.
Yeah, because for KLSE index, as we all know, is only consisted of like 30 stocks in terms of market capitalization. So it doesn't really represent the whole Malaysia market. So, well, we already have the Sifu view regarding our KLCI is being sideways. So maybe moving forward, I and Ahmed will share you like what Sifu said, in terms of sector. So next, we'll show you how actually our sector is actually doing. So in that, we actually roughly get the idea of our whole KLSE market. So we actually have 13 sectors.
Hey, really?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we have 13 sectors. Sometimes we lose count. I'm joking. Yeah, of course we know.
So maybe I can actually show them what's actually the 13 sectors that we have. Of course, a lot of people know healthcare and technology, which we have really shared.
Oh, that is a lousy.
During the year
Those are lousy sectors. Oh, they were good then. They were darlings, but right now they are.
It's good till the trend bans, I would say.
Now we ban.
So what other sectors that do we have actually is we have constructions, consumer product, energy, financial services, which I do believe today, these morning sessions, there is some momentum in financial services.
Yes.
Maybe we can have a look at later on. So we have healthcare, industrial product, plantation, property, rates, transportation, telecommunication, technology, and utilities. So we will actually analyze this market using the sectors by using the technical analysis system and segregate or categorize it to three, whereby we're going to show you which sector is actually still bullish, which sector is actually still bearish, and which sector is actually still consolidating.
Let me ask you before that. How do you arrive at the rankings? I mean, based on what formula?
Yeah.
If you can go back,
sure. All right. Actually, there's a few indicators that we actually use. Maybe we can share with them.
Sure.
Sifu just now actually just mentions, 50-day and 200-day EMA. So we actually did use the EMA also. The one that we use is 200 EMA to see whether the sector is bullish or bearish.
So it will be bullish if the index is above the 200 days.
Correct.
Right. Just to be clear, okay.
But
not only that, right?
EMA is actually not enough.
Okay.
We actually also combine with TAD.
What is TAD?
Well, TAD is actually created by Sifu. It actually consists of turtle, atom, and dart. And to have the TAD bullish signal, it has to consist of 3 buy arrow, which later on we will share in details of how TAD works and how easy it is.
How simple
actually.
it is, right?
Correct.
Actually.
So if beginner, they actually can see the arrow. This gives them the the idea of how to enter and exit.
Three arrow up is really a bullish.
But I'm not
arrow
going
down.
to
Right.
up too much right now.
All right.
We'll do the sector analysis first to show them what actually the sector is actually bullish.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So from your ranking, from your analysis, and you do it every week, right? We do it every week, yeah?
So if let's say you're actually one of our newsletter subscriber, I'm sure that you'll get to see our weekly analysis report on every Monday. So from daily, from Tuesday to Friday, it will be a normal one. But Monday, we will include a weekly analysis report in terms of sector.
And how many sectors are bullish right now based on our style of ranking, of assessing the subsectors? How many sectors are bullish, bearish, and consolidating? So the answer is, over to you.
Yeah, so, all right, now it's my turn. So the bullish sectors this time, it's just, technically it's just 2, okay? And what are those? Energy and rate. Okay, I know most of us, we don't trade stocks in this sector, but energy, maybe, all right? And then moving on, the bearish ones, based on their indices, we have construction, consumer products, healthcare, property, technology, telecommunications, and transportation. And then the ones that are moving nowhere, just flat,
Yeah. Sifu, I still remember
Yeah.
the bullish sector is not as less as this, right?
You see, yeah, we're just talking about a couple of months ago before the Russian invasion of Ukraine. I mean, there were nine sectors, that were bullish, and we commented about it. That was so good, but ever since the war started and then this inflation thing shot up, the people have been selling in the market, and as a result, all these indicators are all depressed. And now we got only two. So talking about bad, we are really bad. Maybe even too extreme, and it is good actually in a way that we extreme. That extreme means that it could be the bottom and turning the corner, right? And so yes, it is not a good time. Look at the bearish sectors. All these sectors are all you cannot invest in. And unless you do a sub-sector analysis like what we're doing, you wouldn't know. And you will still buy construction, for example. You still buy property, you think it's cheap. But it never gets cheaper and cheaper.
Can get cheaper.
This is the thing.
Okay, we will go in details. Of course, due to the time constraint, we wouldn't be available to analyze the whole sector. But right now, we will try to show you which is actually the top three. Well, if let's say based on the technical indicator, the criteria that we have set, the one that we get is, of course, energy and rate. So another sector that we do think there is a potential one is actually financial services. Now we will go in details to look how the index is doing. Right now, we will share with you energy. As you can see, actually the same with
so why do
KLCI,
we say it's
right?
bullish?
Yeah, actually the same with the KLCI.
But better than the KLCI.
Yeah, in the year of 2020, it has a good run all the way to the first quarter of 2021, but the rally has halted, it stops there, and throughout the year 2021, after the first quarter, it has been moving downwards and been in a downtrend actually. But of course, we see some bullishness since, the first quarter of 2022. Reason being is because
of a break of a downtrend line.
Yes, correct. So, but before that, of course, our TAD are able to get the signal first.
All right. There we go.
Yeah. So we actually get the TAD bullish signals, which actually implies
quite
the bullishness
actually.
index. Whereby, of course, like just now what I mentioned, it has to have the three arrows together.
Sure.
After the TAD bullish signals, we actually also get confirmations by when the index break above the downtrend line.
Yes, that's
and
actually
if you
important.
and if you see right after the index break above the downtrend line, it's followed with an up gap. So it represents a strength.
As well a higher high.
Correct.
So see, these are the three indicators that you need. That's all to determine a change of trend. Okay, the first indication of a trend change is a break of a downtrend line, number one. The second indication of a trend change is a break of R1, which it did.
Yeah.
And then there is also a failure swing, okay? And a divergence before that's other indicators. That's it.
So if you ask our view regarding energy sectors right now, we will still view it in terms of like it's still bullish
as a sector.
Yes. Yeah. Reason being, if you see right after it breaks the resistance R1, it continues to rally to R2. Of course, it right now having a slight pullback, which is actually considered as normal because it's been moving quite rapidly up.
It's bouncing up.
See, when it pullbacks, it actually goes back below the R1, actually above the R1. Yeah, so this could be a resistance turn support. So what's actually the next the index will be moving, will be continue monitoring. But overall, our outlook regarding this is actually still bullish.
Good. What about the next sector?
Yeah. We also can have a look at the rate. Rate is actually one of the recovery team.
Same formation, same pattern.
Same.
Okay, breakdown
so
of
this
a
is actually
downtrend line, breakout
about the trend line. When you are using the upper trend line connecting from the high to high, when it actually breaks above the downtrend line, it actually can signal whereby a potential or it may be a trend of change to the upside. So similar to the energy sector, rate is also break above, and of course by using our TAD, we do the scan. We also get the TAD is slightly earlier and is confirmed with the downtrend line.
Very timely, the TAD.
And if you look at the another reason why I'm actually still saying it's actually bullish, if you look at the recent period, the price is also forming a higher high and higher low, which is actually the definition of the uptrend. So in fact, this chart is actually based on yesterday closing. yesterday it actually break out again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, right, we will move to the next sector or anything comment from Sifu?
No, because there is still some to cover, and
Yep, alright.
we like
We
to
move to the
get
next
more
sector.
interesting thing later. So let's move
Yeah,
on.
so the next one, let me talk about this. So we have the one of the consolidating sectors, okay, the financial services sector. So let's take a look at this. Usually what we do is we look at it from a bigger picture first, and then we narrow down. Okay, so if you don't have any indicators, the simplest thing you can do is using trend line. So in terms of trend line, what we can do here is, if you see from this low, we can draw a trend line like this, okay?
Yeah.
And then we narrow it down further. So from this picture, we go to a smaller picture. So we can see another one from here, okay? A rising trend line. Okay, so we know that
The
in
trend is
terms
still
of-
up.
Yeah, from here to here, okay, it's generally still bullish. But
Right.
what about the nearer or shorter term? Okay, so let's narrow it down even further. So what we can see here is actually, what do you see here? Sideways, consolidating. So if you
But-
ask me, overall you can say it's overall sideways, but
With a bullish bias.
Oh, but do you notice that this one here, it is also a resistance turn support, just nicely being tested.
Right.
Okay, so
Right.
we can expect the index to continue to go sideways until something happens, whether it breaks
Yeah.
out or down.
Yeah, but there's several good stocks actually that are within this. So first of all, like we say, we
Yeah.
analyze the sector first. The sector is bullish, then we go down to see what are the stocks within that sector. So
Yeah.
what are the stocks within this sector, for
But
example?
before that, all right, now we actually have shared with you, the three, based on our what the criteria I have set, we have the three sectors that consider as the top one. But Sifu, I actually received a lot of your questions and interest from the students. A lot of students was actually asking, Brandon, what do you think of technology? Technology is actually considered as bearish, one of the bearish, but they always ask me, technology price is actually so attractive right now. Is it really the time to buy on dip? But buy on dip, it can go deeper.
Yeah.
So
So therefore, we as artists, we will say no, don't buy just because it is already so low and so cheap. They
Yeah.
can even get even cheaper. There must be three arrows pointing up.
yep, let's
That's
use
the
this
three arrows.
opportunity
That's the three
to
arrows.
maybe share the chart to them to have a look.
Yeah, three arrows. That's it. So don't have to think too much. Now,
Okay, so this one,
look,
now we're
it's-
looking at the technology index. So we can see here, again, bigger picture to smaller picture. We can start off with the simplest thing, the trend line. So starting from here, you can see, all right, okay, there's a trend line here. And then what happens there? Over here, there was a breakdown, okay,
that's
together
it.
with the three red arrows. Okay, the cool thing about the TAD is it's a standalone system, trend following system, a buy and breakout system. Okay, it's based on breakouts. So even the sell signals is based on breakdown. And if you know chart pattern and trend lines, how you trade with this techniques is based on breakouts and breakdowns. So if you combine this with the TAD, it can complement and confirm each other, just like the one over here.
Yeah.
So you see TAD bearish signal. Shortly after that, boom, trend line breakdown. After
It's-
that, the trend
And
change
Afnan is so
Yeah.
timely.
from up and to down.
Until
okay?
now, there's no up arrows, so just stay out until there
yes.
are up arrows.
And then during this decline here, I remember I think it was around March this year, people were a bit excited about technology stocks just for a while, but then as analysts we discussed, hey, there's still no higher high, higher low. So if we're aggressive, it's safer to just consider this part here as a rebound first. Okay?
Technical
Right.
rebound, yeah.
Yes.
Like Dufu, for example, today there is a technical rebound. Front end there's a little bit, but is it good enough? No, just apply TAD. There's no three arrows up, therefore we just monitor the stock.
Okay, so now you've got our view regarding technology. And the next one we're going to share.
One more, I forgot to
Alright.
mention.
Sorry.
Okay, we overlooked this. So you see here, while it's declining, you notice that there's a potential
Double bottom.
support here, and yes, potential double bottom. So this is a support level which we can monitor. Okay, let's see if the support
hold.
can hold. Right, so that's all for the technology index.
All right, thanks Hafnan for your insightful.
Yeah.
All right. Of course, now this is actually just a sector. I'm sure everyone is actually anticipating to know, what's actually the potential stocks within the bullish sectors. So right now we also will share with you the stocks that what we are actually monitoring in. As usual, this is actually not a buy or sell call. This is actually just for education purposes, based on technical analysis systems. So Afnan, can you share with us what's actually potential stocks?
Okay, so one by one first. So the first sector, the energy sector, is Coastal, Heng Yuan, and Petronet. Okay, followed by this 4 stocks. Okay, you can see, and then the third one, Affin, Techshell Bank, Hong Leong Bank, and Maybank. Okay, so in general, these are the ones which we can actually watch, monitor. So again, how do we get to this? Look at the market, look at the index, look at the sector indices. Okay, it can give you an idea what which sector to look at. Okay, so from there we found out that energy is good, right? Yeah. So we can save our time. No need to look at technology, healthcare. Healthcare is all the way down. Okay, so it saves us time. We look at the energy stocks, and then this is what we got. Okay, these 3 stocks. And for the other 2, it's the same. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to stop us for a while. So, Sifu, based on what you have shared just now, CI sideways. Then, if let's say based on sector analysis, I still remember we actually have 9 bullish sector, but it drops to 6, 4, and currently we only have 2 bullish sector. So, is this another question coming?
Another way of analysis.
Yeah.
There is another way.
Do we really? There's no other stocks to trade, or is all right? We have got. So what was your view? Is it really like a bear market?
The other way to analyze this, not basing on subsectors, is just based on freestyle individual stocks. That means we take all the 1,000 over Malaysian stocks, and then we just take our scanner, okay, TAD scanner, and then we do a scan over all the stocks, regardless of sectors. So there's no like black and no yellow and no white and all that. So there's no race involved and all that. We just go across the board, and then we just click, and we only pick those stocks that has triggered the TAD buy conditions.
So indirectly, Sifu have just answered my question.
That's another way.
It's not whereby even though in bear market, Sifu is saying we can still win the market.
Yes, provided you must be able to identify which of the 1,500 stocks that we have in our KLSE are still uptrend, are still bullish. Basically, even in the bear market, and this is it. A lot of people think bear market, all the stocks will come down. No. If there are 1,000 stocks that are active, there are still 100 stocks that are going up. The trick is to find, to identify which of these 1,000 stocks, the 100 stocks that are bullish. Then you buy them and they make money. A good example, tax scam. Another good example, Chin Hin. Another good example, which you saw today, is Genting. And a few others like M-Bank and RHB and Maybank and Hong Leong. And yes, they are still a list, and they don't belong to, some of them like tax scam don't belong to any sectors. They are industrial products.
Maybe Sifu can share with us how does it work?
How does it work? Okay, I'm going to go through it. So in a bear market, if let's say you ask me whether it's possible to make money, I would say no, it's not possible to make money buying any stock in a bear market, because you buy the wrong stock, you cannot terrible some more. For example, you go and buy Top Glove, at the right time it's fantastic, but at the wrong time you buy Stock Glove, this is what you get. You buy 840, and then we are tempted to average down, because this is a fantastic stock. The P ratio is very low. It's a very well-run company. However, I don't know why people are selling. How do I know people are selling? You look at the highs and the lows. It's coming down. Every time it rebounds and makes a high, it makes a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. It's like waterfall. So like that. And so you should just ignore stocks that are in a waterfall, because if not, your 840 becomes 140, and you would have lost about 80% in 1.5 years. And it is still falling. And so are all the other glove stocks.
Top Glove used to be, I think it used to be our darling.
It was good once.
But I would like to say again, what's the code again? The trend is our friend
Until
till
events.
big events. So never fall in love with a stock. There's
Yes.
always other options.
Yes.
So,
Yes,
Yeah.
and TAD is a way to determine, to define what is called a bear trend. And the TAD, 3 arrows down, just stay out. And that really save you a lot of problem, okay, losing less money with this system. Now, I give you another example. Is it SCIB? Yeah. SCIB, it was good once. You notice that it actually rallied very strongly in 2020 to 2021. And we also participated in this. But thereafter, it came tumbling down. And in charting technical analysis of Japanese candlesticks, you can know how to pick a market top. And there's a V top right down there, and it came tumbling down. And if you use the Japanese candlesticks, then later on the TAD system, you would have got out of this stock long before it go down to 20 cents. I mean, from $3 to 20 cents, you just lost 93%. Let me show you another stock. Right.
okay. So SCIB, yeah, I think SCIB also due to
So
Dato
it's
Karim.
something to do with the server, dynamic and all that, and it shows up all of them. If you apply TAD, the 3 arrows are down.
Okay.
Long ago, for server, it was about 2 ringgit. It already triggered a sell, and there are no buy signals since. So we have a very simple system, easy for newbies, those of you who are new, okay, to actually pick it up.
So this
we got a
kind of
newsletter as well,
Yeah,
right? That can
correct.
help you there.
This kind of chart is the one that Sifu is calling us to avoid. But how about what stock that we should actually look at?
Yeah, okay, let's just move forward and see what. So therefore, yeah, which stocks to pick. So I'll let you in to a little secret, okay? And that is, you already told them the secret. The secret in making money from our market, now any markets, is to buy a stock that is in an uptrend. That's the magic word. What's the magic word? Uptrend. Is that so simple? Yes, it is. That's all you need to know. So the question is, you ask me next is, but how do I define an uptrend stock, technically speaking? Now, I mean, we go by technical analysis. John Murphy book will say, look, the classic definition of an uptrend stock is when you make a high, the market pulls back and makes a higher high. When it pulls back, it makes a low that is higher than the previous low. So you got 2 consecutive higher highs and higher lows, and therefore you have an uptrend. Now, you can do that, but Malaysia got 1,000 more stocks, which means to say that if you're using your charts system and you want to identify uptrend stocks, you got to flip through 1,000 charts. And look, it took me about 5 hours every night just to flip through 1,000 over charts just to find those uptrend stocks with a higher high. And therefore, we came up with an idea. And that's how, after all that research and all that, I came up with TAD system. And now we are marketing it. So the
instead
TAD
of 5
system,
hours, I think we just use maybe a minute.
less than a minute, and we're going to demonstrate. You're going to demonstrate. Upland's going to demonstrate.
Your
Yeah.
laptop is powerful now.
Yeah. Less than a minute, it'll tell you what are the stocks in an uptrend. Whereas it took me last time 5 hours. That's the beauty about technology, okay? All right, let's go ahead. Now, in this example, which is tax scam, there was a buy signal at 99 cents here, And why did he call a buy? Okay, why did the software call a buy? Because there are 3 arrows pointing up. What are the 3 arrows? There you go. Arrow 1 is the T, and arrow 2 is the A, and arrow 3 is the D, the TAD. As long as 3 arrows are pointing up, we have a technical buy, and that is at 99 cents. Now, when do you sell it? As simple as that. When you see 3 arrows pointing down, that's a technical sell. Now, if you look to the right of the 99 cents, do you see any arrows pointing down? No. All the way up to 367, you got no down arrow, 3 arrows down. Therefore, you don't sell. And how much do you make? And guess what? It's 367 minus 99 cents. You make $2.68, which is equivalent to 270% over a period of 5 months. But how do you like that? With 10,000, with that, how do you like that? With 10,000, you can make already 27,070 within 5 months. Is that?
I mean, if you're looking at the
big deal?
ROI 270%, I don't think anybody can get.
Yeah, you cannot do any better, right? Put the money in the bank, okay? Per annum is only 2.4%,
Yep.
right? And here we're talking about 20% per month. right? And I'm not suggesting that we are, it's a buy call or anything. It's just for this is also education purposes. These are arrows that are doing the work. So let's look at another example. And by the way, tax scam today is higher than this. It's not 367. How much is it? Tax scam today, they just goes flat sideways. Yesterday was a great day for tax scam. Okay, many of our students made it. Right. So right now it's still hold. Okay, 390 right now. Right. And tax scam fundamental is fantastic, isn't it? I mean, those of you who know tax scam, do you all go to eat sushi? Right? Japanese, do you like Japanese food? Yeah, I think they are into their own sushi king.
I love it.
Yeah, their own sushi king.
318 right now.
318?
Yeah, 318.
And let me just share with you the fundamentals of this company. One of the brokers, put it at 440. Yeah, so okay, and again, this is not a buy call, right? Which is for education purposes. Let's look at another chart, which is the DNO. Now, DNO was once a darling of all of us, right? If you are playing the market, you make money with this because it's a technology stock, right? So now, when did we buy? If based on the TAD, the three arrows pointing up is at 83 cents on the July the 7th, 2020 at 83 cents. This is what I meant, that we caught the 2020 bull run, so to speak, which is a V. And so all the way up, and there was a sell signal when they have, and when do you sell? When there are three arrows pointing down, right? And which is actually 416. And that is a 10 of May. So you sell already, bought at 83 cents, sell at 436, make money. Buy back again at 478, sell at 558, make money. Buy at 492, sell at 550, lose a little bit of money. You lose one, you win two, but your lose is 40 cents, you win is 150. So your reward risk ratio is so good, 4 or 5 times, right? And guess what? From then onwards until today, from December last year until today, DNO is no longer in our list. Because why? The three arrows are pointing down. It's that simple. How good? So,
actually here can show us clearly, I mean, I would like to, a lot of students actually when it come to us, one of the things that raise up is that they just doesn't know when is actually the right time to enter and when is actually the right time to exit.
That's $1 million question.
Yeah. So, well, the TAD actually shows us it's actually just so simple and easy by just looking for the three arrow ups and only sell when it's actually the three arrows going down, which this is actually good.
Yeah, I would also like to add something. TAD, what kind of it's suitable for what style? Because trading we have so many styles.
Yeah.
Scalping, swing trading, position. We have position traders who hold their position for a few months. Okay, and as for swing traders, can be for a few days to a few weeks.
Yeah, this is basically for swing traders and position traders.
Yes,
yeah,
so,
not for scalpers. Right, for in out within the day, we got a cost for that, but this cost is another cost.
But the TAD system can be modified, right? It can be modified to be changed to that strategy.
Yeah,
which I think later
we share with the secret later on.
So speaking of position traders, so if you're one of those full-time or working adults, you have a job and you're busy. If you like position trading, you need a system and strategy. TAD can be for you. Notice this one took 17 months, but look at the return, 446%. Previous one, what was it? 5 months for 200 over percent.
It's equivalent to 26% per month. I mean, if that's fantastic. That's awesome. I mean, right? So this is it. But let me say that not all the time. You get stocks that are wrong. You need to cut your losses, and cut losses is therefore one of the strategies as well. So you don't win all the time. We don't want to give the impression that it's all win, win, and win. There are times when it's wrong and you need to accept it and then take a loss. So that's also part and parcel of being a trader. And we want you to understand that as well.
Yeah.
Not just the bull side, but the bear side.
Yeah, the trader mindset. It takes a lot of things: trader mindset, money management, risk and profit evaluation.
So you go hunting. We are traders, so we are hunters. We go to the jungle. We're going to hunt for tigers. Sometimes the tiger hunts us back, right? So we got to be careful about that too, right? Better run as fast as possible, or cut our losses, that sort of thing. Okay. Right. So next please. So I have another two chart for you. One is Yuan. So using the same TAD system. So when do we buy? Based on the TAD 436. And why do we buy? Because three arrows are pointing up. And until today, there's still no sell signals. So how much did we make? So here's a three arrows still there, and 717 minus 436, and that is equivalent to 64% in 2 months. Again, you know, it is, oh, this is even better, 30% per month. Okay, now let me show you one more, which is the Chin, right? Chin, and what a run, what a run. This is another perfect stock, okay, that uses TAD and was able to pick the right time to buy, which is at 150 on the 22nd of October last year. We bought. Why? Because three arrows are pointing up. Show the arrows, please. 1, 2, and 3. So we have three buy arrows. We got three arrows, therefore it's a buy. Until today, can you go to the right, look to the right and see, are there any down arrows, red arrows? Nothing at all. Hence, since October last year until today, which is about 7 months, it's a hold. The only problem is some of us they don't have the discipline to hold. Impatience. That's not the problem of the system, but it's the problem of the player, of the trader, that is you. And therefore, to be successful, you also need to be patient. You also need to persevere. You need to hold on to it and try not to take a profit. Not that, oh, I got a profit, I take, but losses you keep holding. And so you take quick profits and you hold on to your losses. That's a suicide. So that is definitely not the 10 rules of failure. One of them is that take quick profits and you just hold on to your losses. It should be let your profit run, but
cut the losses.
Cut your losses short.
Thanks to Sifu Fred for the fantastic sharing of how you actually can still win in the bear market. I mean, of course, provided that if you know how. Before I think we proceed to the next agenda whereby we do the Q&A, and maybe we can show you, what's the other potential TAD stocks that, by using the TAD system, and how do you actually monitor it and to know when to enter and exit. If those that actually would like to learn more about the TAD system of what Sifu Fred have shared, and how we actually can use technical analysis to become a successful trader, I have a good news to share with you all today, whereby our upcoming course, whereby it's actually an F1 total stock trading course, it will be on 18th to 20th of June. In this course itself, you will learn a lot of technical analysis systems, whereby you learn trend analysis, you learn of chart pattern, candlestick charting, and of course, that is actually included of TAD system by Sifu Fred.
Yeah, I was going to say that, it's a TAD inside here.
Yeah,
the answer is yes.
So the additional value besides the theory of technical analysis system that you learn, the additional value that you will get is actually you will have a 4 months access to daily newsletter, which me and Afnan and Sifu Fred is actually working on daily, Monday to Friday, to provide it to you before the markets open, regarding what's our view on the market. Okay, so that's actually you get a 4 months of daily news access to it, and 4 months of TAD system.
Yeah, that's great.
So TAD system will be implement into the Share Investor Station. So Share Investor Station is a charting platform, and this is also will be given to you. And not only that, we are still with you after the course, because you'll be inside our Telegram group support for 4 months also. All right.
And we teach them how to use the TAD system
so we actually
inside the SI. Yeah. So okay.
So it's
the support is
course.
excellent. I think it's important that the support is there.
Yes.
So
it's actually a 3 days course, but right after the 3 days course, you
have a Telegram as well.
Yeah,
wow,
that's
Telegram
very
support. Important, that one.
So there is a good news. We can share with you with next slide. We're actually currently running a promo whereby the original price is actually 6,500 ringgit.
When is it going to be held, by the way?
It will be on 18th to 20th of June. Okay. So the original price is actually 6,500, but we're running a promo right now whereby the price currently is only 4,050 ringgit. And for those that actually attended our webinar today, this is agreed by Sifu Fred.
No, it's a steal.
Whoever that sign up the course within the next 48 hours, you will actually get this chart pattern box
on top of it.
Yes.
Goodness.
And Sifu Fred, you're going to sign it, right?
And I'm going to sign it too, you
Yeah,
know.
Sifu Fred, we're going to
Look,
sign it and
look,
deliver it to you.
Look, put it this way, you know, 4,005 actually is a steal to learn TAD, right? Because with $10,000, we can make 27,000 out of it. You've seen how we make in cheating, in tax scam, and so on. So I mean, this is a small
on
price
top
to
of the
pay.
promo, you get the
Oh,
books
yeah.
and signature from Sifu Fred.
Yeah, right. So, you know, go ahead, no? And if I were you, and if you're really serious, okay, into having a system to help you to pick winning stocks, even in a market like this, we have proven to you that you can make money.
So do join us in our next upcoming course on 18 to 20 to learn from the renowned and author educator of Sifu Fred.
No, don't mention.
So this course is actually for you. But however, we do have another course because if let's say some students actually they like volatile market.
Yeah, and they're full-time traders. You know, they have time, they have the knowledge, and in fact, they don't like the risk of carrying it overnight.
Yeah,
and they just want to buy in the morning and sell in the afternoon. I'm going to show you. We're going to show you how we did it.
Let's say in this volatile market, you are looking for one of the best trading strategy, which is actually easy and to use. Whereby it doesn't like to bring over your stock the next day because there's a risk. Because sometimes there's a lot of uncertainty, happening. I can say that Malaysian market quite a sentiment play, Slightly this is why Sifu share because of Dow Jones.
Yeah.
Anything that actually drop, it do sometimes actually affect our market too. So this is a good thing about FIFO. It's a different kind of strategy. Okay, this is actually suitable for those scalp trader or intraday trader, whereby you do a lot of frequently trading in here, but you don't hold your stock the next day. Okay, so if you are the kind of trader, then this FIFO course, which will be held on 25th of June, this course is actually for you, whereby we will teach you the best and safe trading strategy method, which actually are created by Sifu Fred and the analyst here. And
just today and yesterday,
we would like to show you some testimonial. This is actually a live trade and a recent one, whereby this trader, this is actually one of our students.
This was yesterday.
Yeah, I forgot which batch is it, but they're actually inside our FIFO group.
Yeah.
And he just did this trade yesterday, whereby he or she, I'm not sure. She actually bought the tax scam. Okay, so just look at it, tax scam. She managed to get 900 plus ringgit in profit just within 2.5 hours. So, like what we have did, the analysis we are with our market right now, it is bearish, not much sectors that are actually bullish, with, of course, only energy and rates, right? But still, it doesn't mean that, that you cannot win the market, provided if you know how, yes, you can still win the market. So this is actually one of the FIFO students, get 900 ringgit within 2.5 hours.
This is what price she bought at 355, 356, and then she sold at 366.
Yeah,
she made 10 cents. She made 10 cents, and she got about 9 lots, I think. 10, yeah.
Yes.
9.5 lots, yeah.
95.
Correct. And 95 lots, yeah. And so you make about 900 ringgit.
Just yesterday.
Yeah.
This morning, she actually sent us again her another trade, whereby Genting. She bought Genting. She bought at 9:09 a.m. So basically, when the market is open, she managed to track. This is the thing. Some people that doesn't know when to enter and exit. But not only we teach you when to enter and exit, we also will teach you what stock to screen and to enter. So right after the market opened, she managed to scan this stock and also I think discuss with among our group itself.
No, the Telegram,
she actually entered at 9:09 a.m. and exit at 9:21 a.m. It's just within
11 minutes.
12 minutes. She got another profit of 700 ringgit. This is actually a live trade from her. She actually screenshot and sent to us.
So every day there are opportunities like that, and if you make just 2-3%, and this is about 2-3%.
So this actually is also not for those full-time trader, right? So if let's say you have somehow you got a free time during your working hours and you just would like to conduct a few trade, this FIFO course is also for you.
So 700 a day, 20 days. If every day you average 700 I'm talking 700 only. You get 14,000. Your capital is about 50,000. So they are by 50,000. right? And so the ROI is 28% per month. Better than driving a Grab. And you know,
I mean, this is another
trip
proof
and
of
holiday.
success of our FIFO students.
Yeah.
So we'd like to take the opportunity to, I'm not sure which one is it, but
Yeah.
congrats to you.
Yeah.
So, okay, right now we will move to our next agenda whereby maybe we will show you how our TAD works. And this is actually just a potential TAD stocks that we're actually monitoring also.
I see.
And maybe we also can have a look at
You
maybe
wanna
the
show
second
again?
trading session. So we would like to now
First of all, scan first, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, this SI station is actually going to provide it during the 3 days course, which our F1 the stock course, SI station. So after that, we're going to show you how our SI station works.
Okay, so the scanner only is for those who attend 3 days course.
Correct.
And not for people course.
But if you
Right.
would like to just to subscribe to our SI station and also the AD system without going through our course, also can. But of course, come to our course as we will teach you the strategy to win. Because doesn't make sense if you have the gun but it doesn't know how to shoot.
Yeah.
So once you have the trading platform, do come to learn in terms of the strategy and all. So I'm not I did monitor the market this morning. So
Yes.
maybe we can do a scan right now to see how the second trading session is going to be.
Yeah, but before the market closed, I did see, I didn't scan, I just saw a bit. They were
Okay.
talking about Genting and yesterday finance stock, was it?
No,
Yeah.
Finance, I know it's actually moving this morning.
Oh, today also moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
So suppose that you are a new trader or you're not abreast of the market. So you want to know today, what stock should I go in? And this is where the scanner does the work, that's all. All you need to do is just do a scan according to the SOP, the steps that Afnan is going to show you. And after you follow the steps, and like I say, last time it took me 5 hours, now it's just less than a minute. And then we can right click and open up the stock.
And last time without technology, also they draw the candle themselves, right?
Oh,
I can't imagine how you guys did technical analysis with pen and paper.
I mean, of course, this
pen.
screener, it do makes the job easier.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Let's
Now we will
do
move
some-
on to the SI station.
Okay, so here's the scan. It's still not yet 2:30, so this is based on 12:30 p.m. Okay, when the market is taking a break. So
how long did you do? Did you take for you to
It
come
was
out?
less than a minute.
Less than a minute. Huh?
Okay. Even if I have a lot of things running on my laptop, still less than a minute. Okay, so,
So the
what we
first
like
one
to
is
do here
Genting.
is, yep, Genting. We like
Fantastic.
to arrange it in order of volume, right? Sifu Fred?
Yeah,
Highest to lowest.
which is Genting.
So, okay.
So let's take a look at Genting. Why is it that this system has picked up this? And did it pick it up in the morning, for example? So the arrows will help us. So let's look where oh my God, see. So today it gapped up. Yeah, it hit 534, just about, okay. So there is a gap up today, and at 502, I think one lady trader came in and bought at 502, and that's the reason being there is a up arrow, and then the atom has got an up arrow, and the duck has got an up arrow. So we have 3 up arrows. That is the reason why Genting shows up not in the scan.
Yes, and
And
if
that
I'm
was-
not mistaken, guys, and also those newsletter subscribers, I think we featured Genting on the 20th of May. Okay,
That time you already drew the target.
Right. Yeah, so this is my old drawing.
Mm.
Okay, it was right after the TD breakout on the 19th of May. So after that, it went down. It was quite challenging, but today, boom, get up, and then with a long green candle.
I think this is also the great thing about TAD, because sometimes we might miss out the first when they break out, when the first time rally, or the first time whereby the 3 arrow occur. But it's okay to miss out, because what the turtle, one of the TAD, turtle stands for turtle. When the turtle break out again, it's also represent there's a, if you're not in the position, that's the second time you can enter.
For the momentum.
Yeah, but if
for the-
you have already in the position itself, this also could be a signal for you to, further buy again, right?
Yes. Every time it hits a new high, you have a further buy, and further buy, further buy.
So
And
it doesn't mean that you miss out the first rally.
And-
It's like nothing to play. You can still wait for the turtle breakout again for a second entry.
And that's the beauty about this system. A good system has 2 things. One is the timing, one is the direction. So one must know the direction first, not the timing. So it goes the other way. So where is the direction of this stock? So if it is downtrend, okay, then you don't even touch at all. The direction must be up. That's what we mean by the first secret is you must buy a stock in an uptrend. The direction must be up. Even if the direction is up, doesn't mean that you buy. Otherwise, there'll be so many buy. Just because the moving average cross, you go and buy, you end up, all your bullets will be spent, and yet it's still not going up. It's just consolidating. But if you have a momentum coming in and there is a BO or breakout, that's another story. That's where the atom and the duck comes in.
All right. Okay. Maybe Afnan can show us another stock. And while waiting for Afnan to screen another stock, for those actually still with us, if you do have any questions to Sifu Fred or to any of us, you can still write down your questions at the comment section below, and just ask us whether either it's actually for stock analysis of the stock that you want us to request, or any questions regarding technical analysis. You can just comment in the comment section below. And what's the next that we actually the TAD managed to get, Afnan?
Okay, the next one in terms of volume is Armada.
Okay.
I believe it's in energy.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you ask me, it's a cheap stock. Okay, so it's you can see the candles.
Yeah, there is a error.
Kinda-
There is a signal.
Yeah, there is a signal, but also quite erratic.
Yeah, yeah.
So whether you want to touch this stock or not is still up to you. But if you ask me, I prefer stocks like with nicer candles like Binting.
Well,
Right.
one of the trade that the secret that actually been shared by Sifu Fred is to buy when it's actually uptrend. So
So if you draw a simple trend line on this, it's not sideways. It's a sideways trend. It's not an uptrend. Huh? So therefore, it doesn't replaces TAD doesn't replace the human eye. Huh? And the other technique, which is chart pattern analysis.
And that's why we need to learn. Computers cannot do everything. At some point, you need human intervention.
And chart pattern helps a lot. Huh? So this one is a W, and so not to say cannot, but it's a recovery stock. Huh? So there are other stocks that are good. Just that today, like Affin, for example, is a good stock. Just that today it doesn't have a T, but it has an A and a D. Just take a look. T and A. So you know what? This kind of stocks is in an uptrend stock, but because it is there's no new high and the resistance is 223, so there will be a further buy at 224 or higher. There isn't, so it's a hold. But this is potential because the A and the D is up.
yeah, I think Affin is also one of the stock to monitor under our sector analysis. The sector, just to repeat again, we have 3: energy, rate, and financial services. So Affin is actually one of the stock to monitor based on sector. This is under
Financial
services. Yep, correct.
Yes.
So I will say Affin actually currently is just resting, consolidating, and let's wait for the next breakout.
Yeah, the next breakout will be above
223.
2.23.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you see the movement is technically uptrending, just high, low, but this is for those who are quite patient, right, Brandon? Because it's moving up slowly but steady.
It's suitable for me because sometimes when I'm busy with work and then doesn't have time to monitor, this will be a good one for you. All right.
Yeah. And you want to comment a little bit about the two horizontal lines, the red and the green, Affin?
Yes. The thing about our TD system is, if you know how it works, you'll have this two lines, the resistance and the support line. Okay, this value changes over time. Is a good reference to generally know where's the next breakout level is and where's the next support is. So over here also you can see it just at a quick glance. What's the current resistance is at? So I can look at this level or just look at the number here, the one in red, 2.23. So meaning any close above this level today is a breakout.
So the red is the resistance, right?
Yes.
And the green is the support.
The green is the support.
See, auto-drawn.
This is old. It's not 2.06 now. Now it's actually 2.11. Okay, this is the new resistance for today.
Yeah.
Alright.
And
So we actually have shows you a few stocks from us, and from the floor itself, if let's say you have any stocks that would like us to analyze, and Sifu Fred is here, you can just write down the stocks that you would like us to analyze. Just write down the stock name, and we actually have questions from Yolo. Questions she actually stated if after the 4 months how can I think she's referring if let's say the 4 months period is
Sure,
end,
sure.
how actually you can still continue to use the TAD system. You actually can still subscribe to the TAD system, and in fact, you already consider as our alumni. We've given you for at a special rate, so no worries on that.
So yeah, you can renew on a 6-monthly basis,
correct.
right? And at the rate that is a member price.
If you are interested, or anyone that is interested or have any inquiries, you can just contact Cherry itself, or you can actually also contact me. So I will share with you a lot more details later on.
And one, yeah, I might want to add that actually the support is very important. And here we've got the Telegram that is also part of the deal. You know, you get support from us. That means at any time when we see any stocks are triggering a buy signal or bullish signal, we will straight away inform you. And that's so important because last time, during our time, the technology wasn't there. We were not able to, you know, share with you the information that this stock is breaking out. Here we can do it almost instantly. Next couple of seconds, you know already, and you're in front of your computer, right? And you are probably looking at stocks, and then suddenly, look, one message comes in from us and say, this stock Genting is breaking out. You know, hey, be careful. No, be careful. You know, be forewarned, not be forewarned. In this case, let it be known so that you can go in and take advantage of it. That's the power of the Telegram.
All right.
Support is so important.
Okay.
All right.
We have another comment from T Junior. P4 super versatile. Any market, any volatile market, including crypto. You are right, Neil. Because the strategy that we share to you is not just applicable to KLSE market. In fact, technical analysis and Sifu TAD system can be applied to all sorts of market. So, for information, TAD can be applied in SI stations, or if you already have a charting platform in TradingView, you can just request from us, and we actually can help you to activate the TAD in your TradingView itself. So from TradingView, you can view other markets such as US and including crypto also.
Yes, it's available also in TradingView. For those of you who are using TradingView, you can also subscribe to TAD from us.
A lot of stock requests. So due to time constraint, we try to answer everyone, but or else we will pick the first 5. So the first one is actually from Muhammad Naim. He said, right, let's have a look at it.
Boosted, yeah? Okay. This is a plantation stock, yeah? Boosted. Oh, and what a rebound today, yeah? Okay.
Okay, so I can see there's a trend line I can draw here and here. Okay, and then overall, you know, high, low, uptrending. So the first signal from the TAD was actually here. Okay, so over here, yes, there was dark atom, but then turtle, no red arrow yet. So you will still be inside if you were to follow it mechanically. Okay, up until here.
Yeah, only there.
Yeah, so
then you got out
here,
there.
you get out here.
Yeah.
Okay, it is still profit. So up till here, if you're to follow the system mechanically, you'll wait until there's another three green
arrows. Yeah.
So now there's already a green here. Next, we're waiting for this.
We still have to wait, for one more arrow to come out. Then there is a buy signal. So obviously there's a time delay here, you know.
But unless if let's say you are a more aggressive one, because I think maybe you can share with them, Afnan, because our turtle is only not the normal turtle. We actually also have a fast turtle, right?
Yeah.
So for those that actually aggressive one, I think the fast turtle is actually really triggered. So, but meanwhile, like what Sifu say, for confirmation, for conservative one, still wait for the third arrow to come up first.
Yeah. And yes.
Okay.
So Boosted, it is overall in an uptrend, okay, but we are still monitoring it and no entry until it breaks 82 or higher. Okay, but still in an uptrend, yeah. Okay.
Okay. What's next, Brendan?
All right. Next one we actually have from Patrick requesting for Inari.
Inari.
Yeah.
Okay, this is old drawing, so you can ignore it. It's been a while since we've touched technology stocks.
It's okay. Yeah. So
I think it moves similar to how the index moving, right? Like it's not the one we share.
Yeah, Inari, okay, this stock, it was a darling at one time, but now ever since it broke the uptrend line, it's already there is a sell signal, right? So we are staying out of this stock. TAD does a beautiful job of getting you out. If we draw an uptrend line over there, and it shows how the uptrend line has been broken, right? Yeah, since then, yes, this uptrend line has been broken there, and ever since then you got out at about 380, and up to now 260, you're still out of it. See how this example shows how the TAD got you out so early, and then you are staying out of this stock. And by the way, those who are using Dow theory, this is accumulation, advance, and this is distribution. So we have actually distribution going on. Prices are coming down. It's in a waterfall kind of a pattern. So all this shows that you are got to stay out. And this shows you see the whole stock market in Malaysia. They're comprised of different stocks. Some are on an uptrend, some like this have to be stay aside. So which one to pick as an uptrend, which one to stay aside? That's where our Technique TAD scanner can help you to pick it so fast.
I think also like just now Sifu have mentioned regarding the EMA, as right now what we see, the price is also, considered a technical bounce, but the rally is just halted at the EMA 20 or 50 there.
Yeah.
There just isn't any buy signal. The three arrows are not seen.
Yeah, and then remember when I was analyzing the technology index chart, I mentioned during March there was some kind of rebound, right?
Yes.
So yes, March from here there's a rebound. Okay, so people were thinking, oh, is this a new uptrend?
Correct.
We were yet to see high low, so we
said,
okay, let's assume first it is a technical rebound and see whether or not
Mm.
it can form highs or not.
Right.
And then turns out, it was indeed just a rebound.
Indeed.
And in fact, there's no turtle.
Indeed.
So what actually trigger is just dark atom and there's no turtle signal at all. So we still stay out, and then, well, if let's say that it doesn't have this system, I think they already got in.
Yeah,
Right.
and there's support and resistance there as well. Right. So,
Okay, next
Yeah.
one, from TG Neo. I think this is actually focus number, but you may search FLBHD.
yeah.
Number,
It's okay. This stock is just going nowhere, Neo, and so sideways, just stay out. You draw two lines, two horizontal lines, one the higher one the lower one, and it is wobbling and oscillating in between these two. What is there to look at this one? Yeah, it is in a huge consolidation and with a bearish bias, and you just stay out of this stock, Right.
So yeah, Neo
This
is
is
the view from Sifu Fred. From NK Live. Not sure which stock is it, but the stock code is 5199.
5199. Hold on. Hibiscus.
That's a stock to consider. Yes. Firstly, what trend is this? Is it an up or trend or a sideways or downtrend? So it make higher high and it's pull back but make a higher low. So insofar, so it qualifies as a stock in an uptrend, right? But is there a buy signal? Then you look into whether there are three arrows pointing up or not. The answer is no. Or is there?
The recent one, no.
Not recent. So we still monitoring this stock, but it's definitely an uptrend stock. And if it can go a bit higher and break above the high of the last 20 bars, for example, and the A and a D, the atom is still a sell, right? Only the dark is a buy. So we have yet to see a buy signal in this stock, right? Although, and this is a uptrend stock. At least we know that this is an uptrend stock, but it's not time to buy. Can you see how the T gives you the timing and the A as well? Right now, the A atom, there is no up arrow, and the turtle, there is no up arrow. The duck, there is an up arrow. You need three arrows before you can buy or sell. And that helps a lot, isn't it? I mean, okay, in determining when to buy and when to sell.
Okay, Brendan.
Next, one more stock, please.
Yeah.
We still have time,
Okay, another stock is actually from the Raman. So it's actually CN.
Oh, the one that's a new listing.
New one.
CGN.
Is it a new listing?
No,
I
it's
don't-
not.
It is not.
I think it was another stock,
Yeah.
similar name.
This is not. It's not.
I think that was CGen or something, the new one.
It's not this.
This is not the one.
Okay,
It's
so
not.
here, okay, you can see that the candle's a bit erratic, and you can see also illiquid. So generally for technical traders, we usually don't like to touch this kind of stock, okay? Because the candles are telling us that there are not many people buying and
Yeah.
selling this kind of stock.
Mm.
Okay, but still, based on TAD, if you really want to follow it, right now it's TAD bullish. Okay,
Yeah, it's just going nowhere. You know, there's not enough players. This one, there's no real candles being formed and all.
no real
So we
candles.
just stay aside in this stock. This kind of stock you just want to avoid. You know, technical analysis doesn't work in all stocks. It doesn't work in illiquid stock. This one is illiquid, erratic, and full of Great Wall of China. We call it. You know, that kind of very false, fake breaks. You know, and not candles that are nicely formed. So the players are not really playing it. It's probably the work of one man, which is the puppeteer, and then he's playing with himself. So why do you want to jump into it? He's not making it into a trend. You like to have uptrend stocks. To make money, that's it. You need to buy a stock in an uptrend. That's a great secret, really. You know,
Okay,
people tend to forget. You say,
Maybe we can take one more.
okay, one
Yeah.
more.
one more, then we get that.
One more.
One more that's not illiquid, maybe.
Okay. Maybe you want to choose one.
I think Bonia is not illiquid.
Yep.
Let's take a look. Bonia. Oh, it's in our list. I didn't realize. Okay,
Oh,
so Bonia is overall, it is still in terms of higher highs and higher lows. Okay, it's uptrending, supported by the moving average. Okay, let me just clear this a bit. Okay, this one was also hit. I'll remove that. Okay, and then turtle support is actually here currently. Okay, not 2.16, but 2.24. Okay, so here. That's the current support right now. Okay, and then what about the breakout level? Currently, it is here. Anything above 2.83 at the moment will be considered a further total breakout, which means further momentum. Okay, so based on our the old drawing here, the next one to test if price continues to rally is 2.94. The previous ones were already hit.
Yeah, now
Okay.
this uptrend, but there's no signal at all. One more, Chin Hin, what about?
Okay.
You know,
So while after is opening the Qihing, maybe I can read some questions from KW Live. Can the TAD system be used in the US stock market? The answer is actually yes.
Yeah, I can answer because
Before
I'm
what?
using it.
Okay.
oh,
Okay.
go ahead. You should show one US stock, but before that, Chin Hin a little bit. So you see now, it's on. It has been in a rallying stage, but right now it's the opposite. There are 3 arrows down. Therefore, you stay out of Chin Hin. See how good is it? It tells you that you should be out of this. Stay out for the moment. See uptrend.
Only two. Only two.
Only 2. So you see not yet. So you need the duck. That's how good it is. Unless you have see another arrow in the duck, this is still a hole. Yeah, and that's.
Okay, and then this one, turtle support. Currently it's broken because the support is based on.
We use the duck bun.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so yes, at the moment, while overall it is bullish, shorter term there's some weakness. It can go sideways or down a bit.
Mhm.
All right. So we'll see what happens in terms of the next breakout level. Currently is at exactly 4 ringgit. So anything above 4 ringgit, okay, is the total
It's a
breakout.
breakout. All right.
All right, and then
US stock.
US stock. Okay, for US stock, let me see. Because I actually trade the US stock market using TAD. Okay, so maybe one example.
Alibaba. It's good.
Alibaba, or okay, maybe the ones that
Alibaba is good.
actually.
All the way up.
Okay, but just to let you know that
This all the way down.
yeah, Tesla is currently down, but I am still monitoring it.
Yeah.
The thing about TAD applied in Malaysian market and US market, this in general, can you use the system? Yes. Okay, but 100% directly, no, there will be a bit of things you need to tweak. Like if you're used to the movement of the US stocks, okay, you'll know that position sizing will be different. Okay, so this is where you have to change a bit your risk management for your Malaysian stocks and US stocks. Okay, so just to demonstrate.
Actually, Afghan is not too bad. Even with such choppiness, this is a very volatile stock. The character of this person is like Elon Musk, the owner of this stock. You know, the character is volatile. And I'm actually proud to say that in spite of the volatility, TAD actually give you overall profit. You see the rally right up there. TAD caught it all the way up. Now obviously there's a lot of choppiness going on because that's him. I mean, he can dump and he can pump and so on, right? But right now, Tesla is down. So if let's say you apply TAD to Tesla, the answer is stay out. Stay out since when? Okay, Afghan, you like to look on the right hand side. See that TAD there? You are already out there. That's already show you how good it is that the TAD system is.
Okay.
Sure.
And then just to add, Tesla, I traded it a few times. So where I make profits with TAD is actually around this stretch here. Okay, so when there was a TAD breakout, and Tesla is very expensive that time. So
$1,000.
I was still following my position size strategy. I'm very I just follow rules. Okay, so I just waited at one point until it's slightly low for me to actually buy just one unit. Okay, and where it can also go along with my position sizing. Okay, it was around here when it broke out of the old high resistance, and then it consolidated for I think 2 or 3 weeks. After that, boom, it stretched up in a sharp rally, and then those who know when it's parabolic, you switch gear to fast turtle.
Okay,
or if you know Japanese candlestick, you can use that. So I actually exited around this level here, not exactly at the top, just slightly lower.
Okay.
But, yeah.
All right. I think it's about for the market to open again. So maybe we'll take one last question from Lionel Tong. Lionel actually asking Sifu. He had bought Genting at 3.50 to 4. Should I sell now? So this will be the last question from Lionel.
Wow, Lionel, 350 you bought. Congratulations. Right, that's a lot of money. 350 you bought. That is all the way down. Way down there, and there was a huge wedge kind of pattern, and there was an old high breakout. Can you see that now? Right, old high breakout, and you can call it a triple bottom and so on. To answer your question, should you sell? I would say just like I answered it just now. Maybe you sell half, the other half you fight. You like to have the cake and you like to eat it too, right? So you don't want to sell all. If you sell all, what if it continue to go out, right? You will be holding nothing, right? So you need to hold something, something just in case it goes up some more, right? You still have got some. Let's say you've got 10 lots. I'll take 5, I'll take 3, I will leave 2 to fight in case you go up to $10. Who knows, isn't it? Liner, that's how I look at it. So targeting for Genting is always the old high, and there is 534. There's one, 550. There's one, and then after 534, it's a bit higher, right? And it can go even higher because today's volume is exceptional. There is a big gap and a huge volume. So intra-trade traders like you, you might take a profit. When it pull back, you need to go back in because this is not, to me, a fake breakout. Because funds won't pump in so much money and gap it up today and then come back down all the way for the shooting star. So today is likely to end high.
Right. Again, the sharings that we have today is actually for educational purposes only. So there's actually no buy and sell call, and it's just our view on it. All right. And yeah, that's all from us today. To those that actually would like to learn TAD more in terms of how it can help you, and also
3 days course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do join in our next Turtle Stock course.
Yes.
And you will send the details in the comment section below, whereby there's actually our contact details. You can just contact Cherry or Mr. Brandon. So thanks to Sifu Fred again for taking the time to be with us today to share us your views. Once again, thanks a lot. And to those that actually joined us today, thanks a lot, appreciate it. Hopefully the talk today has given you some additional values. So that's all from us today.
And
So-
see you in the next 3 days course. Remember, 18th to 20th of June,
Yeah.
and then 25th for the
Before
FIFO.
course.
Don't ever miss these two, because that's all you need, okay, to be able to get things right and win from the markets.
Okay.
Okay,
So that's all from us today.
and thank you, and have a good day, and happy trading, Lionel. Okay, hope you make more money.
All right, it's 2:30. The
2:30.
market is open. So that's all from us. See you
See
again
you.
next time. Bye.